Okay, afternoon, folks. This time around, we are interested in closing on database concepts for IGCSE computer science. Now, of interest, coming up with solutions for the last 10 questions. Now, the first problem we have here, we're interested in designing a single table database for a video rental shop. So we're interested in coming up with 4 fields. So let's try and have a look. We can talk of field name, then we give it a description to say what are we interested in as storing there in that particular field, because field is a column within our database. So first thing first, we want to uniquely identify a movie. So we can say movie ID. What's the purpose of movie ID? It's just a unique movie identifier, unique movie identifier. So sometimes we might need the name of the movie itself, so we can call it title. That's the name of the movie or the title of the movie. That's the second field we might be interested in. Sometimes we might be interested in its genre, to say which type of movie are we looking at. Is it action? Is it comedy? So we can say genre, which is movie category. How do we classify or categorize it? Is it comedy? Is it action? And then finally, we might want to look at the customer feedback. This is a rating. When people watch the movie, what are they saying about its production? Is it enjoyable? Is it boring? So this is customer rating. Then next thing, we're interested in choosing suitable data types for each field in question one. So movie ID, we now want the data types. So movie ID. Well, with IDs, normally they have to be integers, but it depends on which combination of data or information do you want. Do you want to concatenate with characters? But if we're just picking digits only, then we can call movie ID integer in terms of its data type. Then title, because it's a string of text, so characters, so this is going to be text. And also genre is a string of characters, we can call it text. Then rating. So when we rate it, I think this one, it comes in numerical form. We count the bit of stars there, say I rate it 4 out of 5 in so that's going to be in integer form. Then identify the best primary key for your table. Obviously, it's going to be movie ID, because this one is designed to uniquely identify each and every move within our database. Then moving on, we are going to be interested in, let's check, explain why your chosen primary key is suitable. Why is it suitable? Chances are low that we have duplication. So in other words, we don't want conflict within our table. So we might, for instance, if we pick the title, we might have similar characters within the title, then we have conflicts if we want to manipulate data. Now, the next one is saying define the term query. Query is the process of retrieving data meeting a specified criteria from a table. So that's a query. You are more like you're questioning the database to say, can you help me with this information? That's what we refer to as querying our database. Now, write a query to find movies with a rating greater than or equal to 4. And like we did before, we simply look at the field. If we have a field rating, then we are saying greater than or equal to 4. I mean, that's the query. Then next, write a query to find customers from Harare. Well, Harare is textual data, and we said it earlier that if data is textual, then we surround it using codes. So we are saying perhaps a city where the customer is coming from. If it's Harare, that's the information that we want to display. State two rules of a primary key should be unique. That's one important condition for a primary key. It has to be unique because we don't want conflict between records as we are storing them. Then another one, you can't leave a primary key empty. In other words, how will you be able to refer to it? So this should not be empty. Then next we will ask to explain what happens if two records have the same primary key. This will result to data inconsistencies and conflict. Because we want to perform a change on a particular record, then if that record is being pointed to by more than a single value, then there is a challenge. So what might happen is the data might be rejected. So the database management systems have got a way of protecting a primary key. You want to enter a key that already exists. Sometimes you're not going to succeed in terms of updating the table. Give one advantage of using a database instead of paper records. Here we talk of efficient record access. You don't spend time to locate whatever that you are looking for within a database. And some databases, they come with security systems. So it's a secure data storage mechanism. Unlike the paper, where the moment it flies away, one can have access to it. I think basically that's it, folks, from databases under IGCSE Computer Science. Let's meet again in the next discussion. Bye for now, folks.